Hi there, this is Rebecca Stark, and I'm coming to you with another installment of my Do Not Fear video series. And I honestly am a little subdued and a little heartbroken, as I think many of us are. I can't talk about fear and the Bible and what the Bible says without also acknowledging tragedy that that my state is experiencing right now. I live in Houston, in the Houston area, and about 3-4 hours west of us, in what is known as the Hill Country, they experienced catastrophic, unseen ever before flooding. And unfortunately, the flooding hit a couple of summer camps, and there were many lives lost, and some of those lives include young girls, children who were away at summer camp and doing what they and their parents thought were just going to be a really fabulous, fun activity, a fun way to pass some time in the summer and go to a summer camp. So my heart's breaking, and I know many people's hearts are breaking as well. So I'm not going to do a traditional do not fear verse, because I don't want to be trite, and I don't want to be disrespectful of the aching that many families out there are experiencing right now. I am just going to speak what the Bible says about mourning, and that's from Matthew 5:4. When Jesus was doing his Sermon on the Mount, and he said, "Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted." And I know I've had experience with grief. I've had, I would call myself a grief expert, but that would make it seem like I've studied grief, and it's not that I've studied grief. It's I've experienced a lot of grief, and yet I can't touch the pain and the heartache associated with losing a child. I just can't. I've lost a mom, I've lost a stepdad, I've lost an uncle, I've lost friends along the way, and my mother-in-law, but nothing, I just can't, I can't imagine losing a child, but I still believe in this verse, and I believe that this verse says, "Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted." One of the camps that was most dramatically impacted is a camp called Camp Mystic, and Camp Mystic was a Christian camp for girls. So the only comfort that I can find to offer at this point to the parents is that their girls were believers and that they are with Jesus in heaven. Not that that makes it any easier for those who are still here on earth. And I know from losing my mom how many times I hit a point in my life and I think of her experiences that I wish I could share with her, raising my child and knowing my child has never met his grandmother on my husband's side or my mom. It's a little heartbreaking, but to think about a child who had their life ahead of them and is no longer here, I can't touch that. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. And I can't speak to what that comfort is going to look like, but Jesus can. And I do pray that those who are mourning and those who are struggling with this loss do find comfort in the arms of Jesus. I don't feel like saying a lot more right now. It's a hard time, and I know that many are feeling the ache and carrying this grief So if you are in the hill country, if your child was at Camp Mystic, if you know the family of one of those who's lost their lives, my prayers are with you and my heart goes out to you. Thank you all for watching. We'll be back. We'll keep talking about fear. But right now, Matthew 5:4, blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Thank you.